I said to the leader as I was leaving, I'll call you in the morning, because the work for uniting the party is still necessary, although I have not won. I know it is important that I join with him, because he got 2,700 votes, but I got 2,000 votes. So it's important that both of us come together. Both of us are integral to the process of unification, and I'll be there working with him on that.
Mr. Shaw added that he's still committed to the JLP but would resign from the shadow cabinet if asked. Kaneal, Gayle, CVM News.
But defeat was never on the cards today for members of Team Shaw as they ushered in delegates to vote. In the end, their support wasn't enough to make Audley Shaw the JLP leader.
After more than 2 months of trying to convince JLP delegates that he was a better man to lead the party than Andrew Holness, it was D-Day for Audley Shaw. How confident are you today?
Very confident. We have worked hard, and what we have done is to run a clean campaign, a campaign that is based on ideas. We focused on the need to rebuild the party and the need to come forward with policies that can rebuild Jamaica.
That's the message Audley Shaw brought to the JLP delegates, and the one he hoped would seal a win. Members of Team Shaw saw a win for their candidate and throughout the day beamed with optimism. One supporter argued that the vitriol spewed from Team Holness platforms made Audley Shaw more attractive to delegates.
It has helped us tremendously. I have to congratulate Audley Shaw for not only conducting himself in a very, 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 very decent and honest way, but also all of who supported him have been kept that standard, and we were determined to do it. We have done it, and therefore it takes two to tango, and we weren't into that. And therefore I think that based on the utterances and the actions that have been taken by some that have supported Mr. Holness has damaged them badly.
An optimistic James Robertson added that Team Shaw had done the work on the ground to secure victory.
And I have spent the last 4 days in the central belt of St. Catherine, from Old Harbour Bay all the way to Ferry Police Station. I have slept there for 4 days, and the result is going to show.
South Trelawney MP and Strident Shaw supporter Marissa Dalrymple-Philibert said she ensured that votes for Audley Shaw weren't only promised, but made it to the ballot box.
I am confident I took in 77 sure votes from Audley Shaw. I know of 2 of my delegates who have supported Andrew Holness, and the other 7 were wavering. Since they've got here this morning, I've seen 5 of them, and they've assured me they're all safe with Audley Shaw.
Delroy Chuck said he believed his last-minute endorsement was enough to swing the corporate area and a win for Team Shaw.
The numbers are good. If Hype could win election, we would have won the last 3 or 4 elections. Hype doesn't count. Crowds, what you have to do is to do your canvas, go on the ground, and make sure you have the numbers. And I'm telling you, the likelihood is that Audley will win by 2 to 1.
However, all that optimism was to be shattered as the votes were counted. Small signs of defeat crept up on the faces of members of Team Shaw as they crunched the numbers of the early exit polls. Supporters of the challenger began leaving the stadium car park as whispers about their candidate's defeat became louder. After a while, it was hard to find any Audley Shaw supporter, and after the announcement, only a few who stood up boldly for Team Shaw were around. Michael Stern, who chaired Team Shaw's Area Council 3 campaign, theorized why the bid failed.
I know that in my Area Council, right, my figures stood up because we brought in the first set of delegates early this morning. We moved out from early this morning from 4 o'clock in most of the constituencies. And we account for most of the seats by 7 o'clock. And they were in the line here, right, with their armbands. So basically, we did our part in my Area Council. There must be some fall down in Area Council 1 and 2 to have seen a result like this.